All right, let's try this again. So to everybody tuning in, thank you for watching this live stream, watching the playback. So to everybody that's a subscriber, all the new viewers, I want to thank you guys for your support, all the Patreon members. Like, subscribe, share this video. Let's get straight into it. This article is brought to you by Tiger.com. It's a news publication out of Thailand, as you can see the way it's spelled. So, passport bro unalived after doing drugs in Thailand. His Aussie friend is in a deep coma. All right, so this is a British boxer, 21 years old. His name is Joshua Goldstone. He passed away in the early hours of Wednesday morning, October 30th. The 21-year-old fighter's body was discovered on the fourth floor suite of the lavish resort, lying face up next to his 27-year-old Aussie comrade, Jason Tonkin. Friends have taken to social media to express their heartbreak. Rest in peace is shocking news and so sad. You will be missed by many people. With Tonkin in a deep coma, the future remains uncertain for the Sydney-based Muay Thai fighter. Okay, so this is Joshua Goldstone right here. He's unalived. This was the room they were staying in. I wouldn't say that's upscale and lavish. It's not raggedy, but it ain't. But, according to, I'll just leave that alone. Just seems like a regular room. Is it Joshua Tonkin or Jason Tonkin? Jason Tonkin. Excuse me. I apologize. I said the name wrong. So this is Jason Tonkin. That's his friend, 27 years old. He's a fighter also. He was doing drugs with Joshua Goldstone. And he's in a deep coma. Now, the drugs they were doing, it said it was marijuana mixed with ketamine. Reports suggest their pair consumed a deadly mix of marijuana and illegal ketamine. Officers have swept the scene, confiscating drugs and paraphernalia, yet found no sign of a violent altercation. All right. Misidentifying Tonkin as a deceased. So they originally said that he passed away. No, he's still alive. In a coma. Strict drug laws. Ketamine and cannabis. Tonkin's friend was present at the scene and was reportedly drunk when speaking with the police. They heard a noise coming from the foreigner's room and went to investigate. They encountered the dead man's friend standing outside the room, shaking. He asked the workers to check on his friend, who had suddenly stopped breathing. They did not feel safe investigating the rooms themselves, so they called officers from the police station. All right, so let me break this down. All right. This is sad and a tragic event, but a lot of people with passports that travel abroad, they get into doing drugs. I've distanced myself from people who were doing drugs. Now, weed is actually legal in Thailand now, but I remember at one point in time, I was cool with a couple of people, but when I found out that they were smoking weed, I immediately distanced myself from them. Why did I distance myself from them? Is because I don't want to be guilty by association, right? I had a classmate who I was cool with. For those that don't know, my name is Splashway Beats. I've been living and traveling abroad for the last 15 years, and I lived in Thailand on and off for 8 years. All right. So I actually went to school in Thailand, in Bangkok. I had a classmate who told me he was on ketamine. He would show up to class drunk sometimes and tell me about his weekend and how he was on ketamine. I didn't even know what ketamine was at the time. That's how far removed from drugs I am. When I looked it up, it was like horse tranquilizers from what I read. I'm like, what? So when I found out about that, I stopped talking to him. I stopped hanging out with him. He was cool. I never went to any parties with him. We would just kick it in class, go get something to eat. One time he invited me to a soccer game in Thailand. I had no idea that he was on drugs until he told me that. And when he told me, like, yeah, I was on ketamine this past weekend, I distanced myself from him. Right? When you hang out, like in the article, it says that this guy right here, who's in a coma, when he gets out of the coma, they're going to lock him up and send him to jail. It states that there's like a Thailand strict drug laws loom ominously over Tonkin. If convicted of possessing ketamine, the punishment could be severe, a sentence that could keep him behind bars for up to 5 years. This man could face 5 years for doing drugs, even though he's in a coma. When he gets out of it, they're not just gonna deport him or slap him with a fine. No, they're gonna lock him up for a couple of years, then they're gonna deport him. All right. A lot of a lot of people do drugs. A lot of Thais do hard drugs in Thailand. Like the person I was telling you about, who I first met that did ketamine, he was Japanese. Right? A lot of Thais, they do hard drugs. Most of them, like, whenever you read some of these articles, right? I remember during the pandemic, they would do busts, like illegal gatherings in people's homes and basements and these secret nightclubs that they had in the cut, and it'd be a bunch of people in there partying, and they would come through, make arrests, shut it down, and they would search people's belongings to see what they had while they were there. And they would find like meth, cocaine, pills. Like nobody found weed on any of these gatherings. They all found like ketamine, meth, cocaine, pills, like hard drugs on people. So you might meet somebody out there and they seem cool, and then like they on dope for real, right? Heroin, like they own it for real. The number one drug of choice in Thailand is meth, right? But we're talking about a passport, bro. This man went over there to do hard drugs with his friend, ended up losing his life. Not only did he end up losing his life, his friend is in a coma, damn near, like fighting for his life. And if he gets out of the coma, he's going straight to jail. I don't. We all know that drugs are bad, right? Obviously, people take them because they get a euphoric experience, feeling when they do it. But we all know that drugs are bad. Stay away from them. Don't throw your life away. I mean, this guy's 21 years old, right? Your life didn't even start yet. It was just, I wouldn't even say just beginning. Your life, over in Thailand, you're not teaching English, right? You're a boxer. You get to beat people up for a living and get paid while doing it, right? But throwing all that away because you want to get high, man, it's sad. And when you get caught in possession of these drugs, man, a lot of cops, they don't really follow the rule book. It's like, hey, if you want to get out of it, you can pay me this. And that amount is a lot. Or I could send you to the police station, we check you in, and We can hold you in jail, and the jails over there are beyond garbage. We can hold you in jail till you're sentenced, and that sentence can hold you in there for about that can hold like a 5-year sentence over your head, as you see in the article. So it's like, give me all your money or go to jail. Man, it's just best to stay away from it, because the people you get it from, they're not going to arrest them. They're going to arrest you. Right? You don't know what's in these drugs. You don't know how they're making it. I mean, do you see this building in the back? You know, let's say they were making out of a bathtub out of this building. I mean, could you imagine how much the dope is stepped on? Right? And then it's like the legal high, the legal high isn't enough for this guy right here. Marijuana is legal in Thailand, but that's not enough. You got to take it to the next level. All right. So stay away from drugs. If they have anything that's legal that you can get over the counter, that's whatever. Right. But what I want to highlight in this video is if he makes it out, he's going to jail, according to the article. Right. So make sure that isn't you. Make sure that is, if somebody finds you and they think, okay, man, this dude is out because of some drugs that he did, and they help you, you're going to jail. Right. The live stream I did about a month ago, the British guy went over to Thailand with his girlfriend, longtime girlfriend, got drunk, and God knows what happened. Like he ended up losing his life, but they don't. It's not stated what really happened to him in that article. Was it food poisoning? Did somebody kidnap him, rob him, and then unalive him and throw him in the ditch? Right? The article, they're not really giving too much away. The man just got drunk, girlfriend went to the bathroom, and then he wanders off, ends up dead. Right? Just leave it all alone. Leave it all alone. Just leave it. I mean, there's so many different things that cross your mind when you go over to Thailand. Look at these sidewalks. I've seen people twist their ankle walking on these uneven bricks, blocks on the sidewalks, people driving up on motorbikes on these sidewalks, running people over, cars riding up on the sidewalks, drunk drivers. I mean, drunk driving is insane in Thailand, right? People trying to get you to do drugs. There's guns, people shooting, food, dirty food over there. You really have to be careful stepping out in Thailand. And I'm going to have to set up a live stream probably Monday. We'll do that Monday afternoon. The dangers of traveling to Thailand. All right. Don't go over there, getting involved with drugs. Hell, and I mean, it can happen in America, right? A lot of things happen in America when you step outside. Don't get me wrong, but man, it's. I remember, I think it's happened like twice. I know it happened once. I mean, how many times have I talked about, you going to you're doing tourist activities and the locals don't even inspect the equipment before they get the public to use it. right? They don't inspect anything. OSHA is not like that much of a big deal over there. You had a club. I'm going to talk about this on Monday. You had a club that had a bunch of young folks going there, right? And it only had one entrance and one exit. And so the wiring was bad. Something happened when like there was a spark, the roof got caught on fire, and then the fire started raining down. People panicked, tried to run out, and people were trampling each other trying to get out, and a lot of people burned to death. They only had one entrance, one exit. It was like, wow. Had there been multiple exits like you're supposed to have in a building, a lot of people would have made it out. A lot more people would have made it out. Those are the things I'm going to talk about with you on Monday. And it's not to bash Thailand. I encourage people to get their passports and travel, but it's to be cautious. All right. So once again, don't do drugs. Stay away from the dope. Stay away from people who do dope. Because even if he wasn't doing anything, you're guilty by association and they're going to take you in anyway. Because you were responsible for this person and you could have told them no, but you didn't get away from this person. You were doing it with him and now you're going to be taken down. You see how that works? Whether you were doing drugs or not, drugs were in the room with you, with him. All right. So I'm over them out. You guys take care. Like, subscribe, share this video. Leave a comment below. Peace.